mean, I'm glad you called me up so we can talk about what's been going on in the world of sports lately.
Amen. Amen. I'm all for it. Speaking about Napheesa Collier and our
Yeah.
leadoff topic. So, what are your thoughts about Fee winning the unrivaled MVP? And did you have someone else taking the?
No, there's no one else, man. She was just so good. She led them to what, a 13-1 record, right? She led the and then Sackman got coach of the year. So I mean, she is going to win MVP this coming year. I think she's gonna win MVP this year. She was Yeah, she was the best player in the finals last year. And I mean, she just dominated from end to end. She averaged what, 26 on 12 or something like that in Unrivaled?
Yes, she did. Keep going,
20,
though.
26 on 11. 26, 11, and 3 assists on 61% shooting from the floor. I mean, the Owls were 13-1. I mean, they were just she's just amazing, you know. She could have easily won Defensive Player of the Year too in
I
Unrivaled. It's kind of, I mean, I don't want to, I mean, I feel like I feel like I watched a lot of defensive dominance from her in those 14 games. I mean, I don't know, like, is she the best player in the world to you?
So to answer your question, I think she's slightly behind Asia.
Yeah,
I
me
feel
too.
like if she's like either if Asia's one, then she's two.
Yeah, like 1A, 1B.
I feel like Asia is on a. I feel like as great as Fee is, and I love Fee, and I thought she probably could have got. She could have honestly got MVP last year, even though Asia did something unprecedented, which is what helped her to win. And I told Fee this too. I said if I had a vote, even though I probably would have voted Wilson one,
Yeah.
it would have been a really difficult. She led the league with the number one seed. She averaged a double double. It was like she was right behind Asia in every single
Yeah.
category. PER.
Right.
She's number two in every single category. And Wilson had the 1,000 point season, which again that's gonna
Yeah.
always push her over the top doing something
Right.
historical nobody's ever done. But
Yeah.
what I will say is this: she rightly deserved this MVP trophy by far. She's the
Oh
best
yeah.
player, unrivaled by far. The winner of the one on one tournament, the fact that her team has lost one game, 13-1, the
Yeah.
fact that she averaged a double double for the entire unrivaled season. She had the most 30-point games in the unrivaled season. She
Yeah.
she just completely just dominated. Like she just did what she does. That's
Yeah.
MVP. And then for anybody to kind of like she every time I watch her play, I say she's getting ready to continue to go on this tear for the WNBA season because she's just unstoppable. Like, and that's the best way of describing her. And it's what's great to see. Then you talked about it, which we're going to talk about the defensive player of the year next in a minute. Is the fact that she's able to guard so many positions
Yeah.
and she's able to still dominate offensively.
Yeah.
And it's
Hmm.
like watching her this entire off season and Unrivaled, it's like she was taking her anger out on everybody on the court. Meaning like, oh, we
Yeah.
lost the finals, y'all about to feel it. Y'all gotta feel how I feel about this. And she just really just played at a different level. 20 almost 26 a game in a condensed court on a
Well,
condensed.
I mean, I mean, because what you're speaking to is her conditioning.
Oh,
Like,
sure. She's
her,
never she's ready. She's ready for the W season.
yeah, like her conditioning is just out of this world. Um, she's super efficient. She moves her feet really well, right? And she's just like her blocking, her positioning is just she's just so good, man. And she's got such a good touch. I mean, she shot what, 61% from the field. Um, I think a
Talented,
lot.
brilliant, incredible, amazing, show-stopping, spectacular,
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
talented.
fee. That's fee. Keep going. But yeah,
I think
that's
I think I think last year Asia was like a clear one and Napheesa was two,
yeah.
and now it's 1A, 1B. Like it's
We got the. So are you basing this off Unrivaled? Because I want to wait till the W.
No, I'm basing this off of the playoffs, really.
I agree.
I mean, I think Unrivaled, I mean, what did Unrivaled, I don't know if I really learned anything from Unrivaled in
You
terms of
didn't.
like, not really, because it's a different game. I mean, I shouldn't say it's different. It's obviously basketball, but it's like it's not really. I shouldn't say it's not applicable to a 5-on-5 game, but it's like I already knew Napheesa Collier was really good from what I watched in the playoffs. And it's the level of competition here is high, right? So, but it's like she was successful in the playoffs. Where only the good teams play. She was successful here, where there's only literally invitationally good players. So she's just a really good. I think it's 1A 1B now.
We'll see. I don't know if it's 1A 1B because like Asia's really good, and that's
She is
crazy.
really good. Yeah,
I
she's
feel
so
like
good.
Asia can do a lot of things that Fee can do.
Yeah,
Like I feel like Asia can guard multiple positions. I feel like she can rebound, if not better, just as good. I feel like she could score, if not better, just as good. I feel like Asia can pat like there's nothing Asia can't do on the court. So I'm like, and that's just a testament to how good she is. I'm talking about
yeah.
Wilson and Fee, because I
Yeah.
feel like it's like I don't know if you watch My Hero Academia, but
No, I
it's
don't.
like I mean that's okay, but like there's the number one hero, which is All Might, and I feel like if you want to consider her as Asia, like All Might was on this plateau by himself, and then it was the number two hero who was Endeavor, and then everybody else was just like on another mountain, but between the two of them. But like even there was like a gap between All Might and Endeavor, and I'm like, as great as Fee is, like, and that was the whole story about Endeavor, the number two hero, trying to like just close the gap and then overcome the number one. But like, it's a lot to knock that off, to knock her off that mountain. It's going to
Yeah,
take a lot. It's going to take a lot because Wilson is just she's unreal.
yeah.
Like, and
She
I
is.
love Fee. I love Fee, and I think and I hope she can. I'm rooting for her to not knock her off Asia, but just to keep working on her game and keep like what. So what is it going to take? I guess let's do that before we move on. What do you think it'll take for her to win an MVP next year? Because she had the number one seed,
Yeah.
and she ranked number two in just about every statistical category when it comes to like overall stats. So I'm like, what more do voters want in a situation like that in order to knock off Wilson?
Well, I mean, Asia Wilson won it unanimously last year because those numbers were just crazy, bro. Like they were like NBA numbers, in WNBA time, like 40 minutes, right? Like it was just crazy. So, um, I mean, I don't know, like probably probably just keep doing this at some point. I don't know, voter fatigue, and she'll get it. Like,
So if it's just on voter fatigue, then I don't think they fatigued enough yet. I don't think the voters are fatigued enough to say, oh, I don't think that yet.
yeah, right, yeah.
So that's why I'm like, what more do I have to do? I led my team to a chip. Or at least to a finals appearance. I got the number one seed. Like, what do we need to do to get this finished?
Well, I think, do you feel like the Aces underachieved last year? We're kind of going off in tangents right now, but do you feel like they underachieved last year, the Aces? Do you think, because they were the four
I thought
seed,
they were
right?
the fourth best team. I didn't think that they were the third or second best team. I never really thought that
But
they.
like going into the year, do you think they were the fourth best team starting 2024 April or whatever? Do you think they were the fourth best team? No, no one thought that.
What you thought they were going to finish two?
Probably, yeah.
I thought they would. I thought they would compete for a title, which I knew it was going to be between them, New York, and Minnesota. And this is them last year. Again, she even beat Asia 3-1 last year. But like her numbers, 27 and 12 for
Yeah, those numbers are crazy.
yeah, and then just the shooting splits,
Yeah.
2 blocks a game. She could have. Fee. Wilson could have won MVP. I'm sorry, DPOY as well, which people were
Yeah.
upset that she didn't.
Wasn't she second or something? I think she was. Yeah.
Like,
Well,
like
he was second in MVP, I think.
look at the splits. Like
Yeah.
all of every single split goes to Wilson's favor. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, as much as people want to say okay, again, I'm not saying that she shouldn't, but what I'm saying is just it's not it's not she got to do a lot, and this is what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
20 and
Yeah.
10 is just not good enough. You got to do a lot more. You have to do a lot more, and
Yeah, but the left side is unprecedented though.
yeah.
That is like never happened before and never really close to
So
27 a game, right?
what's stopping the saying that Asia can't repeat this?
Nothing.
That's my point. That's my point. That's my
but
point.
but you see that line underneath it, underneath awards and honors, that the first line underneath awards and honors, neither of them got that green championships.
Yeah, neither player got it either of them, but I
So
mean,
okay, so do you think that it's a clear number one and two? These are the two best players in the league
yes,
by
absolutely,
far.
yes.
Okay.
That's all might and endeavor. Yes, absolutely, yes.
So okay. So this actually gets to the next thing that we're gonna unveil. We could probably just unveil it now,
Go for
which
it.
is we ranked the top 100 players in the WNBA going into the 2025 season. Um, it was it was a little tough, but
Y'all check out
uh,
the article on the website. It will be posted on the blog.
yeah. So, how far is this mysterious third player from one and two? What's the gap between two and three?
I love Stewie, but she's like, I'm not saying she's slowing down, but the other two are, they're just like they're ascending. She's not. I don't think Stewie is like slowing down per se, but I think the other two are just they're playing at like they're running a marathon. They're at another. They're on another level, and then
Yeah.
the level between Wilson and Fee is there's a level there. So I feel like again, it's just I love, like I said, I love Stewie. We're gonna see if she's gonna finish the third spot before the end of the year, which we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I
Do
don't
you,
think she's slowing down, but at least
is
not to the level that people think she is.
is there a mysterious fourth player coming in?
I had Caitlin in the fourth spot. I want to say Caitlin is either 4 or 5, either behind Jonquel or next to Jonquel, who just came off of a Finals MVP. I forget what number I ranked her at, but I have Caitlin in the top 5. I got JJ should be in the top 5. If not, I gotta go make sure I change that. And then it's Stewie, Fee, and then Asia, which I feel like the three of them are gonna. We'll see if Brianna Stewart's gonna win another MVP, but I feel like the three of them are gonna bounce MVPs for the next two years at least. And then we'll see what Caitlin does if she can sneak in and get one before the next 2 or 3 years. We played an over under, and I said I over under before Caitlin wins the MVP, and I put the under or the over. I put the number at 3, and I'm taking the over. I don't feel like it's fair to ask anybody in their second year to win an MVP or their
Yeah,
third year or
it's
their fourth
crazy, right?
or their fifth year. So I
Yeah.
feel like she has to kind of like enter her prime. I feel like if she wins the MVP before her prime starts, it's the league's gonna be in trouble. But yeah, I don't feel like. And then this other thing, Jordan, we are talking about the historical factor about Caitlyn and what she has to do to be one of the greatest of all time. Because people saying she's the greatest of all time right now, which I'm like, can we?
No way, no way.
Breathe? And again, I love CC. I think she's the best point guard in the league by far. But I'm like, when it comes to the defensive side of the basketball, right?
Yeah,
I'm like, and I always think this. I'm like, Caitlin's offense, unless she never wins a DPOY, her offense has to be so. I thought she was going to be the first person in the league to average 30, and I think she's going to be the first person in the league to average a 2010 double double. But like she's going to have to do a lot of stuff offensively
yeah,
that has just never been seen before in
yeah.
order to kind of like to. I forget. I can't even think of the word to offset the
The defensive
and
lack of defense.
I don't think she's a bad defender. I've told you that from Jump Street. I don't think she's a bad defender at all. I just think that if you're going against people that are ranked, and this kind of goes back to your point about the WNBA always having big women like the big
Yeah, it's just yeah,
MVP, yeah, because they
it's
played.
just the way it's played.
They're all two-way players for the most
Yeah,
part. So I'm like, if you're not going to be a two-way player, your offense has to be like next level. You know what I'm saying? Like you guys have to win at least 35, 40 games, close to 40 games. Your offense has to be like something we've never seen. And her rookie year, it was when it talks about points generated. Like she has to do that at like such a level where people are like, it's all right. We're going to score 100 plus points anytime she's on the court. So, and again, to her credit, that's where it's trending.
yeah.
So,
So, a couple things like I was thinking about this. It's like even if Caitlin Clark becomes a good defender, like let's say she's got the stance and let's say she can move her feet and do all this stuff and she gets bigger and like okay, let's say she gets all that. Who's to say she's even gonna try? Because even in the NBA, a lot of times people like remember Dwayne Wade could play defense, but he a lot of times didn't because he needed to save his energy for offense, and that might be how it ends up playing out. You know what I'm saying? Like even it like she'll have to like pick her spots, you know, to exert the energy. You know what I'm saying? So that might be a real thing where like I mean and I mean that's kind of like LeBron right now, right? Like he could, but
He's
he's
waiting.
just saving his yeah, but he's saving his energy, right? And the other thing also is that I think the closest analogy to Caitlin Clark in the WNBA is actually Wayne Gretzky in hockey. So a lot of people don't really know hockey in America, right? But it's like,
Yeah.
but if you talk to a lot of people that are like diehard hockey fans, a lot of them, maybe this is my experience from like the 50 people that I've talked to, a lot of them actually don't put Wayne Gretzky as the greatest player of all time.
Hmm.
They don't. They don't. They actually put like Bobby Orr, you know? Maybe it's because I talk to a lot of people from the Northeast. These are just like my patients, right? Like I just talk to them about sports. But because, you know, Wayne Gretzky was this high flying scorer that just was an offensive GOAT. Like he's the GOAT. He's so far ahead of everybody. It's not even close when you look at the record books. But his offensive output was like three times higher. His rate of scoring was so much higher than everybody else that he oh, you know, because if you watch him play, he was a kind of a skinny kid, you know, wasn't like the toughest guy, super fast, super quick, you know, like the Caitlin Clark vision, the you know, all-time leading scorer, which by the way, Ovechkin is closing in on, which you probably see on ESPN. Yeah. So like like it took Ovechkin to play till forever to catch Gretzky, and if you look at the record books, Ovechkin is still like 1,000 points behind Gretzky in total points because Gretzky got so many assists, but Bobby Orr was this like huge tough guy. He was like a super like he was really good at offense and defense, and he was kind of like an enforcer and a tough guy, and he was a winner, you know. So that's probably the closest analogy to how Clark's career is going to have to play out for her to have a you know like a argument in the GOAT conversation. Her offense has to be 35 points a game or something. You know, it's got
I
to
think,
be way
but
above.
I think she could do it. That I think
Yeah,
she could do it.
right. Yeah,
That's the crazy part about it. I think she can do it. I think. I mean, now, like I put her before the year, and we could kind of speak about somebody else, not like somebody else, but I want to kind of finish up the Unrivaled talk. But I put her before the year at 25 and 12. But this was before they made all their moves. Now
moves.
with the
Yeah,
roster moves, I don't. I think she'll be at 20 and 10, if that.
yeah. I think so too.
Yeah, I
I
thought
think
she was
so
going to
too.
go 25 and 12, and then just her in her third year, she's going to hit the 30 and 13, and then kind of start that MVP chatter. And I think
Yeah.
it's going to start this. I think her MVP talks will start this year. I don't know if she'll finish second or first, or but yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But all right. So speaking about let's kind of shift back about Unrivaled. I wanted to know. So okay. So let's ask two things. What did you think about the first team and second team all Unrivaled? I'm gonna just read it off right quick. See if you agree or disagree, and I'll reveal my picks who I thought should have made the team. Actually, it's the same list. So this is second team on. Well, actually, let's do first team.
I can't argue with the first team. I think the first team is correct.
Okay, cool. So you're all. I the only change I would have made. So I would have put Fee. I would have put Chelsea.
Yes.
Love Kayla. I probably would have put Ryan Howard on first team all Unrivaled, and
You
then put Kayla on second team. That's how I'm pretty sure I would have switched the two of them up. Other than that, I mean, yeah, I agree with every single player that made the list.
I think I agree with every single player that made the list.
And then
I mean, who else had an argument
Alicia Gray probably could have not on. Are you talking about on first team or are you talking about on overall?
of these six players? Who else you think
Alicia
could have
Gray
been
had
on?
Alicia Gray had an argument.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I would say that probably Alicia would be the only other person that probably had an argument. Maybe Tiffany Hayes, but she got hurt, so then it's like okay,
Mm,
cool.
yeah.
Second team again. I just would have switched Fee and Ryan. Like I probably yeah, that's about it. I'm sorry, not Fee and Ryan. I'm sorry, Caleb McBride and Ryan. That's about it. And the only reason why, like, I understand, obviously her team finished fourth, but I'm like, the Laces didn't really finish strong, even though they had injuries as well. Shout out to Angel Reese, who obviously made second team, and then Skylar Diggins, who kind of rounds that out. 8 doubles, 13 and 12. And then I wanted to ask, so Jordan, so we agree on that. So we're good with the six players. What are your thoughts about Angel winning Defensive Player of the Year for Unrivaled?
Um, I thought Napheesa was Defensive Player of the Year and Unrivaled, but I mean, Angel played pretty well. You know, I I don't think she was the best defender, because we're picking the number one best defender, but she definitely had an argument. I think she averaged like 13 and 12, right? She had 12 rebounds a game. I don't think she averaged a block a game, but I mean, overall, I thought she played very well. I think that the Sky should be optimistic about Angel Reese kind of going forward, because she did, show that she can handle some of the best, competition in the WNBA because a lot of it wasn't unrivaled. So, I mean, I think overall she played pretty well. Don't agree with the pick. I would have gone Napheesa Collier. What do you think?
As far yeah, Fee averaged 2 steals a game, 1 block a game, almost 11 rebounds a game, and she fouled less, and she only played 18
Yeah, that's true.
minutes. So I mean, like, I understand that. What I will say though, and to Angel's credit, I don't know who would I have voted for. It'd have been tough. That would have been tough because I think Angel really just she just did her job. Like, she held no punches.
Run that fade. Win, lose, or draw.
Hey,
You like Pokemon, I gotta catch
hey,
them all.
everybody that walked up to her, that's what it was. Run that fade. She took every single challenge. She took every single challenge. Like, it didn't matter who she.
I'm pretty sure Fee took every single challenge too. Like,
Yeah, but her, and that's what I was going to get to. Her impact was so important to that Rose team that if she didn't play the way that she did, they wouldn't finish in the second seed. You know what I'm like? That's where I can understand where, in the mind of a voter, her impact, and this is what I always say, her impact to winning is unparalleled. That's where the fact that she did what she did, whether she had to go guard somebody from half court, whether she had to go pickpocket someone, like, she got so many breakaway steals throughout this league. She had to
yeah.
guard big, she had to guard smalls, she had to guard like everyone, and they couldn't switch. She had to guard people bigger than her in BG. And I agree with everything that you're saying about Napheesa. I do. And if somebody would have voted for her to win MVP, and DPOY, I wouldn't like sit here and say, okay, like, they're crazy. Like, I can understand how. Again, if you look at the numbers, Fee did everything and then some. But only to Angel's credit, she probably was their best defender, if
Oh
not one
yeah,
of their
yeah,
only
yeah,
defenders on that team.
yeah,
Whereas Fee is playing with Skylar Diggins Smith, who's also an all-world defender. She's playing with,
yeah. That sounds
obviously,
definitely true.
herself. So it's like Angel literally had to do everything defensively, and then still dominate on the offensive end for them to kind of win. But it is what it is. Shout out to Angel.
I want to thank me.
For getting that done, because it's this is a huge accomplishment, and I like I told you, I think she's going to be a future MVP in the WNBA. I think she's going to win a DPOY. I think, and I'm putting this on record, I think before her career is done, she'll have a better career than John Quell. She'll have a better career than Brittany.
Oh,
I feel like she's going to.
oh my goodness.
Sure, that's for sure, absolutely.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I'm not saying
Oh
for sure
my
it's going to
goodness.
happen, but I'm saying for sure that I believe that I think her potential is limitless. Like, she is just and she developed her jump shot. She's a jump shot.
Limitless.
Oh, for sure. Like Jordan, she already is one of the best defenders in the league as a rookie. And I'm like, all she has to do is develop a consistent jumper. Like, she already has the motor. She already can defend multiple positions. She already has the intangibles that you want out of a leader. Like, when you're talking about building a franchise type of player, what more can you expect or want from her? Obviously, she's working around finishing her layups. Like, she's just literally just making more shots a game to just take her game to the next level. It really is. I mean, I'm dead serious. I don't know why I'm so serious.
Bro.
So serious. Bro, why am I crazy?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
well,
crazy.
bro, you lather it on thick, bro. I think that I
Great job!
I think she's good. I don't know. It's gonna be one of those things that, like, we just look at a picture and we just, what do you see? It's just a Rorschach test. Like, I see one thing, you see another thing, I don't know. I mean, that jump shot, I don't know how reliable it is. I don't know if you want her taking jump shots.
Oh,
Like,
for
if you're the
sure.
Sky, you don't want her taking jump shots.
So,
You know what I'm saying?
you do.
Um,
She played well. She's been playing well. and
Oh
like
yeah,
she's been
she'll
hitting.
like knock down
I
like.
mean, she's not. I wouldn't. Okay, how? Like when you say knockdown, you got to define that. Is she a knockdown shooter yet? Not really. But can she make jump shots from the perimeter? Yes.
Okay.
She's been knocking
She's
down.
made some. I did
Yeah,
see
and
that.
she's been walking into her jump shot and just pull like she's been shooting. She's been shooting really a lot better. She's been shooting a lot better, and you can tell that she's been working on what she needs to work on in this offseason.
Well,
Like,
she's definitely got. She'll definitely get the opportunities this coming year. I mean, I don't think people are gonna lay off her and they'll go under a lot.
oh, they're
So,
gonna pay if they keep going under the screen. They're gonna pay. Like
yeah,
she's been knocking down shots, and like this is what I'm saying. Like you can just watch some of these clips, but like
she'll have the space to get it off too. So,
she's
you know,
been she's been hooping, man. Like this is coast to coast, finding Lexi for three. Like she's just really she Angel's been playing, bro. I don't know what you're saying. I do think her potential is limitless. Like good pass. Like I
you
think she
think she has like more potential than like, I don't know, Caitlin Clark? Like, you
do
think she
what?
has more potential than like Asia Wilson and Collier? Like,
Let me answer to do what? To do what?
I don't know what you mean by limitless potential. Like,
So what do you?
what
Okay,
do you?
are you asking me? Do I think she could be better than Caitlyn in her career? Is that what you're asking me?
Well, okay, so I don't want to misquote you, but you said you think, if you said this, if I'm right, you said you think she's gonna have a better career than Brittany Griner and John Cole Jones. Let's start there.
Looking at this, like what? Let's rewind that back. Like, look at this. Did you like look at this? She coming off a screen. Good pin down by Brittany Sykes. Just pull, boom. Like Jordan, she's I don't know what you. She can shoot, bro. Like she is shooting now. Like Angel is literally
I
taking.
know I've been watching I've been watching her,
Now,
but
what, do,
do
what
you
was
think
your
she's gonna have a
question?
better career than John Cole Jones and Brittany Griner?
I mean, right now she's already ahead of both of them. Right now, she's at her rookie year was better than John Quill's rookie year.
You mean like stats wise, or like
Yes. I mean,
contributing to winning, or
yes. So what that would mean is Angel needs to win an MVP, which I think she's going to do. I already told you about
Finals MVP
Finals MVP, right? And then a
championship?
DPOY, and of course a chip. So yeah, I think she can. I do. I think she could do all four of those things. Yes. And then to your second question, because you asked me about Caitlyn, and this is what I was talking about on the defensive end. I'm not saying I'm not saying Angel's a better player than Caitlyn now. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is this: if she wins a DPOY, which I think she can do, and she ends up having a DPOY, multiple rings, if not a ring, and ends up the defensive side of the defensive side of the basketball is something that people can't just gloss over. And it goes back to what I was saying about Caitlyn. I'm like, her offense has to be so all world, which I think it can be, that it would have to just offset what somebody else is bringing on the other side of the ball. They're contributing on the other side of the basketball. And I think that Angel's contribution on both ends of the floor, it can counter anything that Caitlyn can do offensively. And it just it's gonna be fun. It'll be fun. It'll be fun to see how the two of them play throughout the course of their careers. Because like
So
you've already seen it in college. She's won. She averaged a 20-point double double. Like she was the most improved, most valuable player. Like she's. Hey, what'd she say?
I'm a dog. You can't teach that. I'm gonna go out and do whatever it takes to win, and every single night, my teammates rely on my energy. So being able to continue
Hey,
the energy, even if we're down, even if we're up, that's what I do.
that's what she does, bro. Like I'm telling you, she's gonna be breaking your hearts. Y'all keep doubting this young woman, but that's all she does is win.
bro, I know a good neurologist around your area. I'm gonna
Oh,
I'm gonna refer you to him, okay?
why do people just
I'm gonna have you
why
get
do
a get
gloss
an
over,
MRI, bro.
that's what I why do people just gloss over like she
I'm
didn't
not glossing over it.
people act like
I
she
know
didn't
what's happening.
college. It's the same like people act like she did not dominate in college, which is why I'm like I don't understand why they wouldn't think that she wouldn't just dominate in the league. People act like she didn't just lead the league in rebounding as a rookie, or she didn't just win DPOY. Like people, she does something and they're like, oh no. People act like I'm like, why don't people just see it at face value and say, okay, is it because she misses layups? Like I got it, she misses layups. She's working on making layups. Like
Okay,
this,
I was there in real life watching the games with you on all of them. I just don't project her to have a better career than Brittany Griner and Jonquel Jones. I just don't think that. I think Brittany Griner was better in college than Angel Reese was in college. I think Brittany Griner's gonna have a better when it's all said and done. Will have a better career than Angel Reese when it's all said and done. And Jonquel Jones, I mean, I think JJ is better. You know now,
Now, of course, he's better right now.
and she's got a I mean she's done a lot in her career too. I just don't project Angel Reese to be as you know successful as those two. That's all. I think she's gonna. I think she is good. I think she's gonna be good. I've got a question for you. Do you think that Unrivaled changed your opinion of Angel Reese in terms of best players in the league? Do you think she went up?
Oh, I told you. No, I leave Unrivaled as Unrivaled, but I have Angel top 20 at worst. Yeah, I mean, do I think Unrivaled changed my perception of her? Not really. I knew she was I knew she's been a monster. You know what I'm saying? Like she's been a monster. So Jordan, to let's look at the three of them in there.
Bro, why have all these stats ready to go?
Like I swear, I'm
like lead the horse to water. So, bro, I navigate these websites too. They aren't easy to navigate. I know that, bro. Bro, you always have this stuff ready to go because you know it'll trigger me. Go ahead.
Well, tell me why I'm crazy. Tell me why I'm crazy. Because she's already a better passer than the three of them or the two of them. If you want to say she's a better defender or not, that's up to you to interpret. I just know that she can guard more positions than both of them can. Right now, again, her field. This is right here. If she gets this anywhere near 50 to 60%, it's over. It's over. If she gets this to even 30%, all she has to do is double up her field goal percentage, her shooting percentages. That's it. That's literally it. She averages more. John Cole's having 7 points a game her rookie year. 13.
But just okay. So this is a thing where it's like, let's look at it how I interpret it. She averaged 14 points a game on 39%. She had so many more like opportunities than Griner and Jones did that rookie season.
Okay.
How do you average 53% from the field and only get 7 points? You didn't have a lot of opportunities. Angel Reese is on a losing team. She gets to shoot 39%, and that's how she gets to 14 points. Imagine if that was 50%. She'd have 20 points. She had so many opportunities because that team didn't have a lot of offensive firepower. You know, no shooting, you know, and she did rebound a lot, so she got a lot of second chances. I'm not saying the whole she missed on purpose to get a rebound. No, but it's like she did get a lot of opportunities to put the ball in the hole more than Griner and Jones did. Don't you think so? Like, come on, bro.
Then I got.
We do not care.
39.5%, bro. They give you an extra like 5%.
Again, like that, I said, once she makes her layups consistently, which I believe she will. I believe she will make her layups consistently.
Yes, when she learns the easiest part of the game, she will be the GOAT.
Oh my god! So is it easy to finish layups? One, she if you don't notice, she's been trying to finish with each hand, and then two, she's slightly undersized in the paint. Not only is she thin compared to her counterparts in the paint, but she's also not as tall as they are. And let's do this. She played out of position for most of the year. She was playing center because Camila Cardoso was hurt for most of the year. And then she had to eventually start playing power forward. So, and let's add more to the context to it. So because she's playing in the paint, she's playing against the best defenders in the world. Fee, Jonquel, Stewie, BG, Asia, right? So again, if you're doing this and you're playing against these all-world type of defenders, Ezzy, like, it is what it is. She's obviously, like I said, she has to get better. She has to get stronger. She has to get better. And she's been doing that this offseason. So we'll see. But I definitely think right now she's already ahead of the two of them when it comes to just playing and developing. So I just think it's sky's the limit. Like, again, I expect her to put up at least 15. Actually, I don't even want to say 15. 17 and what she put 17 and 13 her rookie? That's crazy. That's crazy. So I would expect her to put up 17 and 13. So, or 17 and 12, something like that. And again, ahead of them. I know. It's a lot. It's just take it all in. Just take it all in.
But it's like you can't say that like you can't be like she's going against the best players in the league because in general, a lot of the best players in the league are big people. She's out of position. The best defenders in the league. You name drop Fee, Wilson, Griner, Jones, Ezzy. And then it's like you give her credit, but then you also make an excuse for her. It's like, come on, man. Like you're banking on a lot of things going right. Like, come on, man.
We'll see. I mean, again, I like, what is it? Past history is future. What's the phrase? Past history tells you future. What to look out in the future, whatever. Her past
Yeah, bro, you're making shit
history.
up. Just like you're making up this whole, this whole. She's gonna be better than Griner and Jones.
I
Like,
do. I think she will be. I think before she retires, I think she will be. Now, will she win? Does that mean by rings? Probably, maybe not. Probably not. I don't expect her to win 3-4 rings. I don't. But
okay, so
Claw has one ring, a Finals MVP. Why can't Angel win a ring at Finals MVP and a DPOY? And her numbers are already better.
let me ask you this:
What are you
the
talking
way
about?
the way that you feel about Angel Reese, you felt this way the whole season, right? Like all of last season, I mean.
I felt this way when she once I really started, like, okay, so you seen her in LSU, and people were wondering, can this translate? Which I thought it can, and I thought that Dallas probably should have drafted her, but they didn't.
Okay,
And
because
once she
I'm asking
started
you this
playing
because
in
this
the league,
leads
I
to
was
my
like,
next
oh, it's a
question.
wrap. It's a wrap, huh?
So you felt this way the whole time, like the whole time.
Oh yeah, yeah. She's been in Slam magazine. She's always had this motor that
Okay.
she's always played like this. She has
Okay,
always
so
played like
so
this.
so so do you think she should have made Team USA last year then?
Yes. Do I think but truthfully, Jordan,
So this leads to my next question
I
then. She
think that
should have made it over
I think
Taurasi.
all of them should have made it. Kaylin, her, Ryan, Enrique. I feel like it could have been revamped. I feel like the whole roster should have been and could have been revamped. Truthfully, I think America and I think the committee, they took the antiquated approach, the safe approach, which is drafting everybody that they knew for the third and fourth, fifth time. I think that they should have had at least 5 to 6 young bloods on the USA roster, including her, including Caitlin. Caitlin for sure. That's not even a question. Including Ryan, including Enrique. I feel like they missed the boat, and now we
So
got to.
she should have made it over Taurasi, which is because
I mean,
that's our next topic.
I told you with Tarasi, well, and we can go into Tarasi. I feel like with Tarasi, I'm like, you gotta, you. It's like LeBron. If LeBron says he wants to play in 28, I'm not gonna say no. Like he
Why
has
not?
because he should play, just like Diana should.
Why should he play
LeBron,
in
one, because he's
28?
still one of the best. I mean, LeBron is still one of the best players in the game. That's the first reason.
So
So
Taurasi could play in 28.
no, she's retired now.
Why? What? But why? But
She's
okay.
retired.
But let's say she didn't retire. Like she could play in 28. She could play in 32, 36. When does it fucking end? Like I don't understand. Like I don't understand people. Like
Like you gotta,
bro, she shouldn't have been there.
with the legends, with the maybe I'm not saying that because I love DT and
Caitlin's gonna be a legend.
I feel like
Angel Reese, you think is gonna be a legend?
I
Like
think both of them are gonna be legends, by the way. And
okay.
I think the two of them are the leaders of the new. Let's bring this up then. Fuck it, let's bring it up then.
So when can Taurasi like that? That's what I just don't understand. Like I I love that we're talking about this stuff today because it gives us an opportunity to revisit all the things we talked about last year, which included should we include Reese and Caitlin Clark on the Olympic team? Now that Taurasi is retired, and I mean, thank you for 20 years, Diana. It was a pleasure watching you play in college too. But it's like, at what point, could we have let them on the team? That's all I'm saying.
So let me just say this: what point they should have did it their rookie year, and it shouldn't even. This is kind of what is going to create a log jam because then it's like you're gonna have Juju, Page. It's going to be so many people, Hannah. It's going to be a log jam of people that are trying to come in. Which I'm like, if the two of them can't make the Olympic team their rookie year, I don't want anybody. I don't want to. I don't.
Exactly.
I never want to hear
Exactly.
another rookie. I never want to hear about another rookie even coming in comparison to or coming in any close proximity to making an Olympic team. If that's the bar you want to set
Exactly.
hold
Yeah.
for people who literally should have probably been nominated to this roster,
Yep.
then make sure you keep it for Juju, which I hate saying because I would love to just see Juju. Like to me, it's like pick the best 12 and let's move on. Like there's nothing more to talk about. I don't want legacy picks, and I'm talking about outside of Taurasi. I don't want legacy picks.
Outside of Taurasi,
Of course, if you got 2 or 3 gold medals, it's like, oh, we don't know how we're gonna do this, and this person didn't compete on the Olympic tryout, and blah blah blah. I'm like, bro, scrap all that. If she's better than the other player, put the better player on. Like, to me, it's like, okay, you can make all WNBA first team, but you can't and finish fourth in MVP, but you're not good enough to make the Olympic roster. I never thought that at that moment. I didn't think that now. It just never made sense. It never made sense, and it still doesn't make sense. So,
It's just something that, what you're getting at is essentially like, let's keep propagating a mistake that happened in the past, because it happened in the past, it's got to apply to the next generation of people. And
right,
it's like, why can't we just admit that we made a mistake with this?
right.
And let's just never do it again. Like like Michael Jordan only won, what was it, like 5 MVPs? Like,
So
bro,
like 5 or 6 or 7 because we
it's
didn't
like
Jordan
it's
eight.
like, bro, we made a mistake. Can we just acknowledge that we made a mistake, and let's just move on? Like
That's
like like
I'm living through that right now. But yes,
yeah, but it's like, we made a mistake. Can we just, like, I mean, Jokic isn't going to win MVP this year,
sure.
and
I would vote for Jokic.
I
Truthfully,
mean,
I
I
like
think
hey, I'm like the dude is averaging a 30-point triple double as a center.
it's just that people. The only argument is like, because
And,
we are aware of the fact that the people that won four, he's not on that level.
I mean, but he kind of is truthfully, and
Well, that's what people. I mean, that's the main crux of the argument. Is like, he's not on LeBron's level, so he can't have as many MVPs as him
I mean,
ever. Until we think he's as good as LeBron, will he be awarded the fourth? You
is he?
know,
I love Braun, but Jokic is legit, and it kind of took me a minute to get to that point where I'm like, he's legit. Jokic is legit, bro. Like,
well,
he is.
I mean, you got like Kareem, you have Bill Russell, Michael, and then you have
Braun.
LeBron, right? I think that's the only people with
He's
at
kind
least four,
of
right?
Jordan. He's kind of up there though. I mean, like it's not
I
like
know.
he's good. He's
I
not.
think
I
he's
don't personally feel like he's as good as LeBron, but he's not. It's like I don't feel like okay, LeBron. I got him top two. I probably put him at one all time. But when it comes to Nicola, you it's is he's a better. I hate saying this because I love KD, but I have KD top 10. I have him at like 9 or 10, and
really.
I would put. I'd have to. You can't not put Joker above KD.
You can't put, yeah, exactly, like,
I'm like Joker has to be above KD. So if we're talking about
right, because like KD has no rings,
he has two, and then even so, I'm like, would you rank him? Would you rank Nicole over Curry all time?
of course.
And I got Curry top 7. So then I'm like,
Why?
keep.
Curry has one ring.
Wait, what about Magic? Would you rank Nicole over Magic?
No.
So
Well,
I have Magic at top 5. So then I'm like, okay, cool. So he's in between 5 and 10, which means if you got 4 MVPs, you're kind of in that category. So like he kind of deserves it, even though if he has 3 or 4, he's gonna. And how about this? It's not like he's not gonna average another double, triple double next year.
probably, yeah. I mean,
What are you talking
this is
about?
its own conversation, but I mean, my GOAT criteria, right? Which is like, starting from scratch, which player gets you closest to a championship? If
LeBron.
all time history, all time, you could have, 86 Bird, you could have 74 Kareem or whatever, like, not 74 Kareem, like, but like 1993 Michael Jordan, like, which 2018 LeBron, like, which player all time gets you closest to a ring starting from scratch? Because the arguments are like,
Well, the
what,
PPR
like,
arguments are going to go for Jordan, but my answer would be LeBron because he guards multiple.
I think
Yeah,
LeBron, because LeBron played with a lot of garbage players, and he'll get you 60
played,
wins.
and he played better. I mean, did he play better defense? He kind of played better defense, even though Jordan won Defensive Player of the Year. He played better defense because he guards multiple positions. Like,
Did you, bro? Take a look at the 1995 MVP voting.
let me pull it up. And then I do want to ask, who do you think is the face? Keep going though, but I just keep this in mind. I want to ask, who do you think is the face of the WNBA now?
It's Caitlin Clark, and it was last year too.
You keep going though. What you're saying? This is the MVP voting for 1995: Jordan, Robinson, Hardaway, Elijah Wan, Pippen. Rob.
Is that 1995?
Is it not? Am I crazy?
No, 94, 95.
Hold on.
Wait, you were there. Just go back.
Okay, there we go. There we go.
Let's go and pull it up for everybody.
Oh, all right, there we go. Boom.
So Michael Jordan gets 12 MVP votes, and this is the year he came back from baseball. How are you 11th in MVP voting when you only played like 10 games that year or whatever? The voting is so stupid, bro. Like that. I mean,
That's
that isn't that unbelievable?
Cedric
Like
Ceballos. Yeah, it is crazy.
how could you only play like he played baseball most of this year, but somehow he's 11th in MVP. The voting is so bad, and it is so there's so many uh uh things about the MVP voting and first team all defense and it's I mean if you look at like the '09 season, Dwayne Wade I think finishes like second or third in defensive player of the year, but he's second team all defense and Kobe's first team all defense. Bro, go look it up. Dwayne, it's like Dwayne Wade finishes like second or third, but Dwayne Wade is actually second team all defense. Kobe's first team all defense.
This is wild.
I know, because there are mistakes in the past. There's
I
a
mean,
lot of mistakes in the
nobody.
past.
Well, I mean, when it comes to voting, we know that there are a lot of mistakes. We that's what I can say.
but there's a lot of mistakes, and it's like
Let's just say that.
and it's like just because there's mistakes in the past doesn't mean we can keep them for the future. But
Hey, a
You're
lot
not
of
even qualified to be even
You
dealing
say
with
everybody
me.
not qualified.
You definitely not.
a lot of people qualified.
Bart,
But
go look at that Dwayne Wade Kobe thing from '09. It's hilarious. Like
pull it up right now. Boom, 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 2009. But okay, so you said the face of the league, CC.
it is, yeah.
Okay, let me pull this up.
Do you think there's a world in where anybody passes CC as face of the league?
I think that kind of is just gonna stick with her. She kind of is the draw right now, at least, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But these are the DPOY
So
votes.
he's second team. Okay, now go to defensive player of the year.
This is it. All defense. Oh, you mean DPOY?
Yeah, same year DPOY. So you can see he's clearly behind Kobe in second for first team. This is the same year.
Yeah, he's behind Kobe, and he's finished third.
No, this is MVP.
Oh,
DPOY.
I'm silly. My fault. Let me do this. Is what I meant to look for. That's right.
He
Right.
actually had for more first place votes than Kobe, but somehow he finished third. I mean, it's the whole D Wade versus Kobe thing. It's just I don't know how I ended up on this, but
And
it
that's
just
and that's okay. That's okay. You got to get your Kobe bias out. That's okay.
I know no matter what, because
Mama mentality. I got
you
you.
might not invite me back on this show, so I got to get it all out.
Gotta let my Kobe bars go.
All right. Did you see that? Did you see that? Like, look at that.
The fact that
Did you pull that, bro? Like,
to your point, they make there is no. How did Steve Nash win 2 MVPs? And I'm not gonna say over Shaq or over Kobe. I'm saying LeBron should have won some. But what I will say is, like you said, voters make mistakes. It is what it is at this point. All right, let's round out the show with this. Serena Williams, obviously, well, not obviously, but she owns the Toronto Tempo. She's one of the owners. What do you think her game will do for the league now that she is back and in the investor space with the WNBA?
I think it's just overall, it's just great, man. Like, it's so good to see so many people investing in the league. You know, I mean, everybody wants a piece of it now, right? Because it's like this league is super popular now. You know, I think it's great to have names like Serena Williams invested in the league. Like, it's just awesome. On an expansion team too.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are going to shout out to Serena for joining, but I think a lot of people are going to enjoy watching what Toronto does. And like it was said best here, Serena is an icon, a role model, a force for change in the world. She's earned every bit of incredible success with hard work, tenacity, and determination. So yeah, I mean, obviously the tenants go, and shout out to Serena. Shout out to Serena for doing that. She is, so she's up there for sure. Jordan, any closing thoughts? Let's get up out of here.
Closing thoughts. I think that I'm curious to see how these CBA negotiations are going to go.
Oh, we should definitely speak about that more next time. We should definitely.
Yeah, I just it's going to be tough, man. I'm
a little lost, but fair enough. Fair enough.
I think there's going to be a strike. I called it last year. Remember? I mean, I'm talking about a strike since literally last June. I want to say
Since
it's
Unrivaled said they coming up. But yeah, before that, yeah, absolutely.
yeah. I mean the whole like the Angel and the Dijonay thing.
We'll
I
definitely speak about that. We'll speak about that this week.
Yeah, I totally believe him. I think it's gonna happen. I think that there is no other pathway actually other than a strike, right? Like I don't see how you could avoid it with the amount of viewership, but the money's not really coming in. It's just this is gonna be a imminent strike. Um, Especially like when you look at um alternate leagues in all spaces of everything, Live Golf Tour, Saudi money, even in esports. I mean, basketball is looking at an alternate league, right? With was it Maverick Carter?
What are you
Like, remember, like, was it Maverick Carter that came out and said that they might just do a whole separate league, you
talking-
know? So in competition with the NBA. I mean, listen, if the Saudi Prince offers Angel Reese $15 million a play,
He's leaving.
W she's leaving. So it's a
Jalen, the same shit. Yeah.
yeah, like it's gonna happen. And it's just a matter of time, when you really play it out like years from now. Okay, so Caitlin's been playing for Saudi for, 4 years now. When is she coming back to the NBA? Like that's really how we need to
Hey, I
look at it.
that Magic Johnson. You're lucky I didn't have that Magic Johnson sound. I ain't gonna.
That's literally gonna happen. And it's just a matter of time when we can get them back, because I mean it's this is supposed to be closing thoughts, but like, how much is Caitlin Clark worth? Because remember that was it the president? Somebody was like, you can't pay Caitlin what she's worth because there's just no money to. But what is she worth? Like,
She's worth. I mean, and this I think because people are saying, "Oh, they're." We'll talk. We like. Well, okay.
yeah,
People.
this is its own
Yeah,
thing. Like, it's not,
we'll definitely revisit that. Thank you for bringing
yeah,
that up. We'll talk
yeah,
about that. So my
yeah,
closing thoughts are: get ready for the strike. Napheesa Collier and Breonna Stewart about to strike gold because everybody's going to watch Unrivaled.
yeah,
They're going to add more teams. They're going to add. They're going to add more. They'll probably have a bigger venue. If not, she said that they talked about adding more people, and especially if they can get Caitlin because they're not going to be playing in a year and a half. Everybody get ready to watch Locked In on Unrivaled. Just be ready. Be ready.
locked in, locked out.
We called this first. We called this first that Unrivaled will be that hub for people to not one travel anywhere and two they go from there. So that's the end of our time. We're gonna be out. Deuces, everybody. Y'all catch us on the flip side.